last question. I thought it was an interesting conversation this morning about geographies and either developing drugs outside the U.S. in Europe or Japan or Asia. How do you guys think about different geographies from either development perspective or a partnering perspective? Steve?
Sure. Our fund is also an investor in quintiles, and so through them we see drugs getting developed globally. We've had companies very successfully generate data, whether it's in India, in Eastern Europe, in South America. So I think the fact is that the world is becoming a much smaller place to run clinical trials. You can find excellent clinicians and good patient populations. So we're absolutely open to looking to develop a drug internationally. In terms of doing deals, we're always interested in trying to keep as much of U.S. North American rights as we can. We always look to out-license rights in places, whether it's Japan or in Europe or in China, only because we realize that our companies are probably too small to ever, even if they're specialty pharma companies, too small to try to develop those drugs in those places and market those drugs. So we really look to partner drugs outside of North America. But developing drugs globally, we do it in all our companies, and also oftentimes it's cheaper. We can go to Australia, we can go to Eastern Europe and do things much less expensively, which, given, as I mentioned, the whole issue of capital preservation is a crucial thing for us.
Great.
So just a comment on that, because my experience is a little bit different. You can find a nice hotel in Uzbekistan or Uzbekistan or any Eastern European country, but there aren't as many as there are in Tokyo and Manhattan. And when you're looking for clinical trial sites, you really have to be careful when you're looking for those hotels or picking those hotels. And we've had very bad experience in some of our centers, in some of our countries. And so for a 20% savings, I would encourage people to pick the best centers, because that clinical trial data is very, very important. That's my personal view on doing clinical trials.
If I could, okay. I think actually, Cedric, we're out of time. Okay. I know we need to stay on a strict schedule, but really appreciate the panelists' insights. And I think in summary, what you heard is there is an interest to invest in the space, mostly though in a portfolio of products, or at least in a project that may have applications in other indications. So you're not strictly a single bet focusing on dry eye. But again, thank you.